Hey, I'm Mark, and today I'm going to show y'all some tricks and tips for growing blueberries. We're picking them right now. You can see how one is really plump compared to the others. You just want to pick the plump ones today, and then tomorrow we'll come back and probably pick the next ones when they get big and plump. I've got it covered with 3/4 inch netting to keep the birds out. And I take an 1/8 of a cup of fertilizer per plant, and I throw it out in January. Blueberries like about a 1/2 inch of rain a week, so you may have to do a little bit of watering. You don't want to give them too much. They'll split and get sour. Another thing I do is I'll take sawdust and put about 1 inch under the plant every year. It protects the roots, keeps the moisture right, and the pH needs to be around 5 for blueberries to do good, and they need to get at least 5 to 6 hours of sun a day. You don't want to use leaves or mulched leaves. The leaves end up providing a home for snails and other pests that will end up hurting your crop. And to keep your pH right, you may want to add a little bit of sulfur to the soil. We have to add just a little bit every year to keep it right and to keep your blueberries nice and plump. Well, I got to get picking, and we'll get over to the kitchen and I'll show you how we freeze them. I got them all washed up and drying, get them good and rinsed, pick out all the stems. Then I spread them on a cookie sheet, single layer, and stick them in the freezer. These just got out, kind of sound like marbles. Just put them in a gallon Ziploc bag. Now don't expect to get these kind of results right off the bat. There's a lot of time and experience here. Those plants I have are 20 years old, and I found that by putting the sawdust under them, I get a much better harvest. I also have 3 different varieties of blueberries. This variety here is Brightwell. It's an early season, and it comes in first, and this is a little over 5 gallons today, and in about 3 days I'll pick this much again, and in about 3 or 4 days I'll pick that much again, and then they'll play out. The next variety that comes in is a Climax, and they're just now starting to turn blue. You want to leave them on the plant for about a week, 10 days. They'll get sweeter. If you leave them on the plant too long, they'll look like these, where they kind of they're real easy, the skin breaks real easy on them, and they're wrinkly, kind of like a raisin, and they fall off. You've waited too long if they start doing that. So you kind of got to keep an eye on them. And the Climax, they come in all at one time. You pick them all at one time, and that's pretty much it. You might get, a 1/2 gallon off another week or so, but that's pretty much it. Then the next variety is a Tiff Blue, and they're a late season. By the time the Tiff Blues start coming in, and they're real prolific, you'll get tons of them. By the time they start coming in, the weather's hot and you're sick and tired of putting up blueberries. Once I get about 20 gallons stored, that's enough for me and my family till the next year. And by the time the Tiff Blues start coming in, I'll let other people come in and just pick all they want. That's about all the tricks and tips I have. Just remember, a little bit of fertilizer thrown out in the winter. You want to trim your blueberries in the winter. You don't want any branches that cross through the center. You want them just to come out. Also, you want to keep your height of your blueberry to about 7 feet, 6.5, 7 feet. And if you're just starting out, make sure your pH is right. You want it down to 5, so you're going to have to put out some sulfur. Time release granular is going to be the best. Till it in. Plant your plants 7 feet apart. It's going to look really crazy that far apart for about the first 5 years, but after that, mine are 20 years old and they're crowded looking at 7 feet apart. So try to think of the future of what it's going to look like when they're ready to harvest, because it's a battle out there right now trying to pick all these. Well, let's get these in the freezer. My freezer is solar powered, and also have a hydro generator that'll produce some of my own electricity. It's in my other videos. Appreciate y'all watching.